Hello YouTube, I hope you're doing fantastic. Yesterday I coached a bronze player on stream and I'm very sure after this coaching he's climbing all the way up. So if you want to get better, if you want to learn the jungle fundamentals and how to play jungle correctly, here in this video I have everything for you. I wish you a beautiful day and enjoy the video.
My blade is yours.
Now, this is the one we're going to coach. He's bronze with 600 or 700 games. That is crazy. That is a lot of potential to improve as well. Okay, do you hear me well? Does everything work now?
Yes, everything seems to be good.
So, you are gold, you're bronze free right now. I don't accept any coaching client of mine to be bronze. So I want you to push for gold. What is your current goal with League? Why do you want to get this coaching and where do you want to go to?
Better than my friend. So better than gold at least. It could be good, and if I can push it forward, it could be excellent, I guess.
Okay. And do you play mainly for fun, for your competitive spirit, to improve, to see where you can get? What is the reason you're playing so much League?
I play because I love the competitiveness of League of Legends. It's a very complex game and really based on strategy. And I want to evolve in it because it feels great to climb, and I like to win. So I want to go forward on it.
And how long have you been playing League?
It's been 1 year and a half, I guess. Yeah.
Okay, 1.5 years so
yeah.
far. What I see here, silver 2 peak, completely fine. I would even say that's above average for 1.5 years. You're close to gold. Gold is already top 50%, I think. Or no, top 60% or something probably of players. Now, next thing I want to tell you is, from my experience, if you do climb, you say you like the competitiveness, it is very enjoyable. Like, for League of Legends, the game does get more fun the higher elo you are. I can prove that to you. Now,
I can already feel it.
Sorry?
But I can already feel it.
Okay, that's nice. What happened that you go from silver 2 to bronze 3 though?
It's a tilt issue, I think, because I had great. Just after getting your course, I evolved very quickly, and I went from bronze 3, I guess, all stuck to silver 2 in 2 week.
That's insane.
Yes, 1 2 weeks. And after I got a massive loser SQ with all Doom games, and I tilted a lot. I stopped to play my usual Yi. I was tutoring Yi Lilia. When Lilia got nerfed, I went to play Echo a bit because I really liked the champ. I learned to play Echo, and I think I'm doing quite good with it, but the win rates don't reflect it because I played also on mid lane, and I should not have started to play it mid lane because my mid lane games just doomed my account on Echo, I guess.
So the thing is, you playing other roles is completely fine, but don't do that on the same account. You should have, for each role, one account, and especially when you're maining jungle, it can be very frustrating because your mid lane or in your jungle, they're never on the same page, and it will always negatively impact your experience in solo queue.
Okay.
The next thing is, what, and now rationally thought, I don't know if you watched the mentality lesson now from the new course that I uploaded, but question for you, how do you handle losing streaks?
First of all, when I'm going through too much loss, I stop playing.
Okay, good.
Second of all, I'm telling myself that it's just a time and I will win after if I continue to play, and if I just focus on myself. I try to not mute all every game, but when it starts to be too much in the chat, I do it. I reflect on my game and trying to not blame others, even if it's very hard now. But yeah, I try to not type and insult my teammates.
Okay, and what exactly are you struggling with right now in terms of mentality? You told me now what you do, but what do you struggle with? What is 100% where you say, I didn't figure it out fully yet?
The main reason is it still affects me too much when I see I'm trying so hard to win, and I'm starting to not applying what is in the course and just not focusing on numbers advantage, and I'm going in even if I'm 19-0, I will be overconfident to run in a team fight in 2v4 and lose the game like this.
Okay, first things first, you always do your absolute best within all your power, okay? Now, second of all, the fact that you tilt a lot right now, there's one big thing that comes with it. It means you actually care. And that is a very positive thing. Because for a lot of people that do compete, they end up not caring and say, okay, it doesn't matter, I don't really care. Wrong. You should care and you should feel bad. In fact, the worse you feel, the more it reflects on how much you care. It's the same thing if, let's say, you take care of your mother. And your mother smiles and is happy, that makes you happy. You have a lot of emotion coming on within you. That is not something that it doesn't matter. It does matter a lot. So positive and negative emotions reflect on how much you care. But what you do need to learn, and that's my biggest advice for you, is view League of Legends. It does matter as if it is your life. That means the way how you respond, we call it emotional response. So whenever you feel something, how you react on that feeling. Learn to have the correct emotional response, and then you will have it way easier in life, in your entire life. Because those in life that are getting shut down and have the wrong emotional response, they're gonna have, through law of attraction, have it worse and worse and worse. But for you, that can be different. Imagine you have a 20 games losing streak and you're still telling your mid laner, it's fine, I respect that you tried your best. You will be such a positive influence, and not only about League of Legends, about your entire family. So I can tell you that you need to learn whenever you feel down and you say, whatever, I lost 20 league games. League is not that joyful. And now you start to talk about league. League is a problem. League, no. What you learn in league is the exact same as in every other sport, game, or in life. When you are feeling terrible after all these losses, you need to learn how you're going to react to it. And that's what I needed to learn throughout all my life in order to get where I want to be. So from a mental perspective, it is very good that you do tilt. So you are feeling terrible. Now you accept that emotion. And through that emotion, you can rise and decide the correct emotional response, which then leads to people respecting you. Okay. Beautiful. So next time you feel bad, you know what you have to do in terms of gameplay, taking a break. You did try your best. Now the next thing is about applying your lessons you learned from my course. That's the next thing, okay? You try to use your knowledge, but if you don't make it work, you cannot be mad. Imagine you don't have children, right?
No.
Okay, imagine you have a daughter, and the daughter is learning for an exam for 3 months straight, every single day, 10 hours. And then she fails the exam. And then she's crying that she failed miserably. You're still gonna tell her that you are proud of her because she worked so hard. The same thing is in League. If you don't apply the fundamentals, but you tried your best, I'm way more proud of you with having the right emotional response, with at least trying, than the other that has the wrong emotional response, but works it out instantly and instantly climbs to the top. So you gain respect from me and from your entire surrounding by simply, first of all, trying. Secondly, learning. Thirdly, no matter who you are in your life, you always have issues, your personal problems. But if you do what you can do with your current position, then you can be proud of yourself. And trust me, through law of attraction, the right mindset and model you have, you're going to climb. And again, I repeat myself, every single coaching client I have will be minimum gold tier. So after this session today, I want you to have the right mindset and strategy to climb all the way up to gold.
Okay.
Perfect.
I will do all my best.
I appreciate you doing your best. I also want you to message me in 3 to 4 weeks and then tell me how it's going, okay? Because I want you to win.
I will make the maximum use of your course because I prefer it to apply course lesson by lesson and not do it all in one. And I will try to make sure to use the maximum you offer me, and make you proud of me, I think.
I appreciate it. As you know, I do my best. You also, if you do your best, that is fantastic. And you should do it that way, slowly consuming the coaching, because you need to give yourself time to reflect and to absorb all the knowledge correctly. Now, the next thing is, you can play Lilia, you can play Diana, you can play Echo. You should not play all three. Same with mid lane. The best for you is to play one strategy that climbs you all the way up to higher than your peak. So let's say gold, where I want you to get soonish. And then you can say, okay, now I want to play mid lane. Now I want to play Diana. Now I want to play whatever. But in this strategy, you should not be playing 3 AP champions that do exactly the same at once. Because if you compare your Master Yi win rate with 55, with this average around 43.2% win rate, how can your 4 champions here, Cantus, Diana, Echo, and Lilia, ever get at your Master Yi level? If you play 400 Yi games and there's everything split up, it's not possible, right? So of course you're gonna struggle then because of that. And if you look at here, your Master Yi game, this is now which service is EO West. Okay, so if you look at your Master Yi, nothing really happened. You see, you're full winning streak, and now you just had a few unlucky games. That's it. That is your win streak. That is your performance. But if we go without Yi right now and we just take Echo and stuff, it always, you see, it's already like closer to 50. But if we take now Echo, Lilia, and Diana, it will slowly go down and down. But these are exactly your main champions, and all those have decent statistics here. The next tip I can give you is you should look forward that this win rate indicator is always at 60%, because these are 20 to 40 games depending on what OPGG has to offer here. And in this, you always have need a sample size from 60% win streak. Of course, you can be unlucky, but most of the times you do have enough control for that, okay?
Okay.
The next thing is, so I want you to decide, you don't need to do that with me right now, but for when we stop the coaching, you can sit down and think for yourself, which of those 3 champions do you enjoy the most? And then I want you to 2-trick, as I do 2-tricking right now as well. Let's say it's gonna be those 2. You don't need to decide it right now. As I said, you give yourself time to think, and then you play those until you are gold. And then you can switch it up again, play different role, different champions. But until gold, have the strategy that I will tell you right now. That means in around 60 to 65, 70% of games, you're gonna play Master Yi, fully locked in, focusing on high CS. And in 30 to 40% of the games, you're gonna play your secondary champion AP, especially when you need AP. For example, in this game. In this game, there is no room for Echo. Terrible pick. You have Vladimir, needs to be Master Yi. In this game, Master Yi, fantastic pick. In this game, you have 80, 80, 80, 80, 80. Who would have thought we lose?
Generally speaking, when I pick one another thing than Master Yi, it's because it's banned. For example, the last game I played, if you reset it, it's a Lilia game. I just played it. I didn't pick Master Yi because there was Jax jungle in front of me.
Yeah.
And it's kinda hard to play it on my side. But
if you play 2 champions, there will still be matchups. Oh, here it is. There will still be matchups where it's going to be really hard for you. And sometimes you say, okay, that's not really a good pick here. But if you 2-trick, most of the times you will be fine. Even if there's like a small percentage of games, you should still pick then Lilia or Yi. For example, this game, as you said correctly, Lilia, pick, absolutely perfect. This is the best pick you can do. That's also why you 1v9 so hard.
It was very hard though, but I liked it. I really liked it. It was very hard, but it was a good game.
One more question I have for you. I'm going to jump into the game real quick because I want to find habit mistakes. From bronze to gold, you know the lessons, the fundamentals, but most of the times you're just stuck or not climbing as you want to. Of course, you did play the game only since 1.5 years, so that is okay. But 95% of the times, the first things we focus on is habits. So some things, some way they clear, some way you ward, some way you go for ganks, which you simply repeatedly do the same over and over again, which I need to get rid of for you right now. So I'm going to jump into the game in a second. But first question for you, how does it happen that in so many games, you're performing extraordinarily well with 8 CS per minute, and then out of a sudden, you have 4.3, 5.4. How is this ever possible that you jump from 8.5 to 4.3?
I think it's because in game start losing the line of the game. Because I try to make plays, I get invaded. I'm trying to type in the chat to have some help or try to go on the other side of the map to counter evade. If I see, for example, the cane is bot side, I will go top side.
Yeah.
But generally, when I have low CS thing, it's because I try too much to go on kills, and I forget to farm. Just
Okay, what I see here also from this statistic, it can clearly show that it was not the early game the issue. Because here you're almost 4k gold ahead, minute 20. So most of the times the issue where you stop farming is around minute 20, which I see from this statistic here.
Yeah.
So what you should do, minute 20, and that's my advice for you. Let's say you are blue team, jungler, you're the echo, and now there's minute 20. There's gonna be constant fighting mid lane, so you end up yourself also going for that. Wrong. You should first, before you participate, clear always, never full clear, but one side. These are 4 quadrants, we call it. And you need to always do 1 quadrant at the mid-late game. That's important for macro. That means there's a fight mid lane, you do Crux, Wrapuff, chickens, then you participate in the fight. If you win the fight, you do blue, Grump, wolves, then you reset. Crux, chickens, participate in the fight. And that cycle repeats and you will never fall off in CSing. Okay, so that's important because you see this often. I see this often for you. 100% one of your big issues. You see, if you look at your Master E, why do you win so many games in a row? 7.3, 7.9, 7.9, very high CS, high performance. If you look at your Master E win rate, I can tell already. You see here these losses, 5.9, 5.8, and that does not happen for me. If you look at of course, this is now Challenger Elo, but I also have Challenger opponents. And if you look at my games, no matter where we go, if you go to ranked, look at my CS, 9, 9, 9. Here, 6.4, very low. 9, 7. Okay, here, 5.1 is pretty low, but I am very consistent in trying to be very high all the time. These games happen extremely rare. It's 1 out of 20, if possible, you see? I really try my best to be very high. And for you, that happens more often. Of course, you can't compare no Challenger with Bronze, but that is something you can 100% improve on without an issue. Let's say your CS was 7 CS per minute every single game, then I can guarantee you would never be Bronze with so many games. Straight up. Now, next, I want to go into your game, okay?
Okay.
And I want to go on to... I don't think I can watch this, right? 15 and 7. Oh, I can. Right, can I? 15, 7, 5, 8. This is the game I would like to watch. Maybe if I have time, I want to watch this game as well. This is for sure also really valuable.
Yeah.
You'll be shocked how many mistakes.
I'm sure I'm doing a lot of mistakes.
Why are you saying this to yourself? Why do you talk yourself down before I did?
Because I know I'm in bronze. I'm playing with iron player because my MMR is kind of fucked. And even in a bronze iron game, I know I'm doing very.
Okay, I respect that you're saying this, but I don't want you to say this. Now, don't forget about the confidence aspect for now. When you climb higher from platinum, emerald, diamond, confidence matters a lot. I give an example. I play against a diamond player. I already won, and the diamond player knows me. The moment the diamond player knows me, who I am, I already won the game. Because he's gonna be like, oh fuck, I play against Sinerias. So he puts himself in a defense position. And in a defense position, I just need to play normally. And I automatically won the game just because he put himself in a defense mechanism. The same thing for you. If you say, fuck, I'm shit, and I have iron MMR, the more you say this, the lesser you give yourself the chance to climb. Because it's a full mindset. If I was put into bronze, I would have 100% win rate, not only because of the performance, but also because of the mindset. Because I know I'm going to win every game. I know enemies do mistakes, and I'm focused on finding that. And you should forget about the confidence aspect for now, and just look at what can you do better. It's like a robot. You lost, you feel your emotion. What can you do better? Let's go next. Okay, so what are you doing here?
So I knew I showed myself both sides. So I knew Jax would try to start on his bot side to contest. So I went there directly invading, and with full vision on mid and top, and not seeing Jax arrive. I knew he was still bot side or invading me in bot side.
Okay, very good call. I like it. One thing about your mechanics, like your argumentation is also very good. Nothing to say here. One thing is jungling is all about efficiency. Especially the lower MMR you go, the more you can outcompete enemy jungler just by being efficient. For example, here, your Q has 5 seconds cooldown, right? Now you do W on the Grump. Why? Why do you not just walk here and then press Q and you're way faster towards your Crux?
It's mechanical. It's mechanical. Mechanic. I'm kinda bad in mechanic, but I'm learning.
Stop saying that. We talked about this. Stop saying that you're bad. You need to just review everything. Instead of saying you're bad, say, okay, what can I do next time? I know you're bronze. I know you are probably not as good as the Jimmy who is emerald. But that doesn't matter. We're not in here in this coaching to compare. You can compare yourself with Jimmy when you're diamond.
Okay.
So what you do is not say you're bad. Say, okay, next time I'm going to do it differently. You have 4 stacks on your Q. Q is 2 seconds. You have enough time to Q the Grump here where it perfectly runs out. And if the Grump runs back to the camp, then you're going to say, okay, I'm going to go practice tool afterwards and do the same again. And this time I'm going to make it work. Boom, you won 4 seconds. Not 4, but 3. And this time, let's say 2 seconds probably. But this time is adding up. And if you win 2 seconds every 20 seconds and you are already going like this and having 7.8, you will get closer to 9 CS per minute. And then again, climbing is easy. So far, I
don't do my reds because I think if Jax saw I invaded him, he will go very directly in my jungle, and I prefer to do my jungle first. And if he don't see my raptors, he will think, oh, he already did his red and I can do it later.
Okay, how are you bronze? Your jungle macro so far is very in-depth.
I'm bronze because I need to practice more and learn more and grind. Continue to evolve in the game.
Okay.
I guess.
I have a VOD open of this stream, so you can watch this VOD as often as you want. What you need to learn is to not get better in general, but to perform. Like this, for example, is an insanely high performance, way better than bronze. The issue you're bronze is because this doesn't happen every game. This happens every 3rd game, every 5th game. But if you do that every game, look at this Jax. He has 16 CS. You absolutely Omega cooked him. The only thing you could have done better is danger ping the Zilawi more so she doesn't die, because it's obvious where Jax is, because you perfectly outplayed him in terms of jungle macro. Now, what you need to learn, and that's what your next chapter is of improvement, is to perform like this every game. Because as we have it, so many games you don't perform. Like, what is 4 CS per minute? My grandma's faster. The goal is just, like, I tell you something more. For me getting rank 1, of course, I perform way better than other challenger players, but it's about me performing every single game insanely better than other challenger players. Not just 1 game, but out of 10 games, 9 games. Whilst another challenger player performs out of 10 games, 7 games. Boom! I have 2 games more where I perform. Boom! More LP. But it's all about that.
It's kind of regularity.
Exactly, yeah? Okay, enemy chickens on respawn, you didn't want to take it. Absolutely respectable. Perfect reset, your Wrapuff is still up. Clear from top to bot. I'm gonna go faster forward because so far what I'm seeing is insanely good. Like, insanely good. 48 CS with Lilia minute 6 is perfection. I'm kind of surprised. Oh my goodness.
I flashed the wall.
Oh my god. It's fine, bro. It's fine. It's not fine. Okay, listen. You know how this doesn't happen anymore? You need to just be calm. I can tell that your heart is beating quickly and you're like nervous or stressed or adrenaline is kicking, and that's beautiful.
Oh, the replay. It's hard to feel.
No, don't worry. You enjoy it. Enjoy it with me. We have fun together, okay? Now let me tell you, this does not happen if you are breathing. It does happen if your heart beats faster and you're concentrated because you really want to get that kill. And oh my god, imagine this was Faker, right? Imagine this was Faker. You would be very nervous. I almost killed Faker, right? But through the peace in your mind, and you just say, okay, I'll show you something. What comes within piece? Imagine you had piece here. You didn't need to W. You use W when he's stunned. And the next thing is, if you had piece, you can flash now. You can also flash now. You can also flash now. You can also flash
if
now.
I don't W.
And you can also flash now. He is always dead.
I can flash W him and
you don't even need W. You can also auto attack him technically and wait for your next E. He will not be able to disengage. But
he don't have the ward to dash.
He just warded this one to jump, I think. He doesn't have a ward. The point is, what I'm saying, he could technically maybe survive it, but that's not the point. Through the piece, the game gets easier, okay? Because this is just pure stress. I'm not going to look at it too much. It's fine, right? And that's like mechanical aspects comes also with experience and stuff. Like this will not happen in the long-term run. Here going for the invade, also very interesting. Okay, very interesting. Your Q didn't hit, fine. Going for the Wrapuff still. Why can you go for the Wrapuff? Isn't it dangerous here?
Because I have full vision on the bot side and the mid lane. So I think he will just cancel. He will just back, because if I don't see movement on mid lane or bot lane, I can continue the red buff. But if I see Nami or ADC or Vigor disappear, I'm running. I escape.
I could not have said it better, brother. Absolutely correct. Question for you. Can you take enemy chickens here too?
It would be more dangerous because I don't know if Vigor can just come on me and use his cage on me, but I could, yeah.
Okay. If you like, this is now the basic tracking of numbers advantage. Very correct. I love that you got it right. Now, this is also way better than bronze, by the way. The more advanced you become on that, for example, what I would do is I would look mid lane and look at summoners, look at ults. For example, here, if I see Set has ult and ignite and Vega has no mana, of course I can take the chickens. Now, the next reason I would go for the chickens is because it's so hard to get to the Lilia. Because as you said, if you see movement from mid, then you're just gonna walk away. So because you can always walk away, you don't need to be scared. That's why I would personally make sure to Q smite the Wrapuff here, walk towards chickens, start them. And even if I am the Jax, and now comes the correct jungle macro. If I'm the Jax and I'm playing against you, me as a challenger player against you as a bronze player, I couldn't do anything to stop you taking my red and taking my chickens. That's how powerful is correct jungle macro. And through that macro, you should gain confidence. Okay? And the next thing is here the exact same as I told you earlier with the Grump. You see here, QE. QE, Q, 6 HP. And now there's Wrapuff on it. No, there is your passive on it. There's your item on it. Faded Ashes is on it. And you still throw your E. And this is a thing. This is a thing which is okay. I'm not flaming you for that. But I do not accept this the higher elo we go. Because this is so insanely inefficient. You need your E for this. You should be standing already here. The Wrapuff should be here and you queue it from there. And then you need to be quicker. If you're quicker, that is something where you can legit go on practice tool and try to be faster. If you're faster, you will be... like, you will just win more games because you are everywhere quicker. For example, here, I would have taken the chickens too and would get my level 7 on the scuttle. And then you can imagine how free the Grubies are here too, no?
Yeah. And
Nice E. Nice Q. Try to also get the auto attacks in between. You see? Here, your auto attack range is higher than you think. You can Q and now auto attack him once. Like not now. Now, you see? When you walk, you could have easily gotten an auto attack off because your range is a little bit higher. But kiting is also fine though. It's not like that a mistake. Here, you need to do auto attack. Auto attack. Okay. Now he is completely fine. You try to get that through because that's another Conqueror stack. Your Conqueror is running out. You see, you would have 12 Conqueror stacks then, and your Wrapuff puts as well. Because mid lane is playing the game well. Beautiful. And now, about efficiency. I told you all about efficiency. You would never come to the following idea, which I tell you now. You know what I would have done if I was playing in this game? And now the crazy part comes. In this picture, do you think Jax dies?
Ah, yes, 100%.
100%. So what would I do? What do you think? What would I do if I know it's 100%?
Invade him?
I would, on this spot, now, I would eat a Grubies.
Oh.
And people don't think about this below. I would even say below master tier, people don't think about this. But if I play against this Jax, the only reason I go, I mean, I'm not sure if you watched games where I play below gold, but usually I'm around 6 to 7 levels ahead of the enemy jungler. And that happens because I'm just faster. Look at this. These Grubies are gone. This is mine. And probably enemy topside is also mine. With good communication, top lane priority, maybe I kill the Yorick and then I re-enter topside. This Jax would not be able to breathe against me. And that's just very basic of me knowing how can I be faster. The exact same picture with Grump. You need to be faster 2 seconds. Here I get like 1.5 seconds and it adds up. Beautiful. Okay, you take it now. You're still like, this is like these two topics. Number 1, consistently performing well. Number 2, being insanely efficient is particularly for you, game changing for you to skyrocket to gold. Those two topics alone, we could stop right now and you would be having no issues climbing to gold because you know what you have to focus on. Okay, now we're gonna take a little bit of if we find more. Okay, nice. Here, try to get the assist or the kill. Do not be anxious about taking it. It's way more value in total gold, kill and support. And you can also take it away from the Ilaoi. Even if you get flamed, they go AFK, whatever. It is in total the best to do.
Okay.
Resetting here is a mistake because people see you. You're not in fog of war on the reset. So enemy Jax can track you. And now invading. Ha! It's so beautiful! So, I told you that this Jax would not be able to get his camps. Now think about it. Imagine I was playing and I would be faster. I would have not reset. Taking this quicker, I would have stopped his blue and killed him here. Yeah. He's still level 5. I'm almost level 8.
That's so fun. And when I saw him go to the top, I just take his camp.
No, and he killed Sinai. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, but that's insane.
Holy shit. I was waiting for him because I saw him low. So I was waiting for him in the bush, but he went through the river. So I wait him there, but he saw me.
Okay, the idea of cheesing is really good, but also for you, you are ahead of him, so you don't wait. You should have taken his wolves and then killed him.
Yeah.
You should never really wait. Oh, okay, what do you do now? He's dead. What do you think is the next best thing to do?
Reset.
Okay, and then?
Into top.
Okay. Think about it the following way. Now you're in base. How can you get in the next 2 minutes the most resources possible?
I just killed the Jax once for invade both sides. And if the camp are done, do my camps and return and Wrapuff to top.
Now, another big important tip you need to keep in mind. All your camps are up. When your camps are up, you want to clear. Biggest jungle fundamental is when to clear, when to gank. You do not invade. You do not gank.
Okay.
You clear. You just use your ult, you have no flash. You want to full clear. You cannot full clear though, because your Wrapuff is not up. If you go to your Crux, the distance from Crux and chickens is too far because there's a hole in the jungle. There's no Wrapuff. So the smartest would be right now, just go chickens, wolves, Grump blue. That's the most resources you get in an instant time. And then you go for invade or gank. Is that hard to find?
I see it. It's not what I would do, I think. But now that you explain it to me, I understand why it is better to do it like that, because I have more resources and I have my camp down, and I can use my golds to make plays after, so it's better.
Exactly. After the coaching, you will decide your secondary pick. So probably Lilia and Master Yi. I want you to take a break. You just relax. You don't think about it too much. And maybe in the evening or tomorrow, you're going to rewatch the coaching. And then I want you to write those things down. I will repeat myself here. If you have 8 CS per minute every game, climbing will not be difficult at all. This counts for anyone watching, by the way, as well. This is it. If anyone disagrees with you, they are wrong. I can tell you with certainty, it is 8 CS per minute, boom, you skyrocket. If you don't have 8 CS per minute, it's hard. So this is a picture where you have a very good time to get to your 8 CS per minute. So you do that. The next thing is your cams are up. Same with I told you in the mid-late game. Cams, and then you go for play. Now here, this is art. This is beautiful. So for me, I'll probably take the plant, insta reset, then chickens, wolves, Grump blue, maximum efficiency as fast as I can human possibly do. Let's see what you do. Boom, we found it. You told me on this picture that you need to reset. You did not reset.
Yeah.
You already found a mistake. That's again time wasted. You have 2.1k gold. Why would you take your chickens?
Don't know.
You don't know?
Really don't know.
Yes, you know why you don't know? Because you were autopiloting. And that comes to the consistently performing or not performing. If you were focused, you told me to reset, not the other way around. You would know you reset in this bush or on the scuttle, because if you're in base, you still get the scuttle movement speed. Boom, life is easy. Is there a reason it's not smart to take Jack's Wolves here? The reason you don't take Jack's Wolves here is because it's not your timer anymore. And you just get these resources and you still need to walk from here to there. That's some distance. And wolves don't give you that many resources. Plus there is already a hole in the jungle because his Grump is fucked. But yes, taking the wolves is also completely fine and then resetting. But better is to insta reset and then with your 2.1k gold and life is easy. You can, if you want to reset now it's better to kite towards the crux and take them as well. So your top side is fully cleared. And then you can do full bot side and then invade or gank. Okay?
Okay.
If you already... Yeah, no, actually after chickens reset is probably better. But now you see that chickens and crux, there's just again a hole. You don't want to have this hole. It's really inefficient, let's just say. Like, this Jax is absolutely clueless how to play versus you. You're absolutely dominating.
He was flaming me so much on Chattel. He told me. Wait,
what? I didn't. The Jax flamed you. What?
Yeah, the Jax told me in all chats, I will kill you, blah 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 blah, and I knew he would come invade me, so I pinged my allies to come because I knew he would come on my jungle.
Imagine you took his. Imagine when I told you to eat the Grubies, right? And you take his entire jungle and you kill him again on his jungle. How mad this Jax would have been. Okay, so let's watch this here. I think here's your only death.
Yeah, there is my only death.
Yeah,
I
you
could
missed.
play this way better.
Okay, do you know why you're dying here? There's one reason you didn't respect. There's only one reason you die here, and it is not because you missed your Q. Do you know it?
It's using well our numbers, I should not have run through. I don't know which one of them I pursue, but I should stay a bit more with my teammates and be in a 3v1 situation and not letting Kaisa get the kill, for example, or something like that.
I agree with you, but that is not the reason. There's another reason. Look on the entire... You see, the chat does not see it right now because my camera is in front of it, but look at the entire picture here you see. Do you notice anything which is extremely different than the last fight where you just killed Jax? Is there anything different?
I don't have my ult.
Exactly, you don't have your ult. And that is the only reason you have your only death. That's it.
Yeah.
Numbers advantage, you're correct. You missed your Q, correct. You misplayed on the Kaiser, correct. You could have flashed better, correct. You could have played everything better, yes. If I was playing, I didn't need my ult, I would have killed them regardless, yes. If you will get better in the future, you're not that good right now. 1.5 years playing. In 1 year from now, you will win that without your ult, yes. But you learn that if you have ult on cooldown, you have more respect. And if you had more respect, you would have gotten your blue instead and just taken blue in bot lane scuttle because Jax is in base, waiting for next game. And then you chill. You just take your Wrapuff and your Crux. Then you reset again. Keep in mind you have double the CS from the Jax. And then you lane gank bot lane with your ult. And then you press flash Q on Nami Kaiser. And then you press ult on the Kaiser that does not have cleanse. And now I'm gonna ask you another question. Would the game be hard if you did that?
No.
Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, now you know how you climb to gold easily.
That's some very, very good, I'd say.
Yeah, you like the coaching, right?
Okay, yeah. I really like it because I see, you make me see a lot of things I can do better, and I like to improve. I like to do better, and that feels so nice to have much more to do after, because
Yes.
I know where I can I know where I can improve myself, and that feels so nice.
It is feeling wonderful. Trust me, the best feeling will be when you get the achievements and then when people will compliment you about it. It's the same thing if you are getting very, let's just say, shredded. You take care of yourself, you go to the gym, and you're looking fantastic. And then friends will suddenly tell you that you're looking fantastic. It's the same thing here with improving in League, with improving in life, in any aspect. It is uncomfortable improving because you need to go through pain. And as I told you, you need to control your emotional response. But with that comes so much peace within you. And that peace, trust me, is for me happiness.
Oh man, that's some speed. You got it.
Sandici, thank you so much for 28 months. By the way, my mod, real life friend, just messaged, said, respect to this guy for getting coached on stream. That takes balls. And I can tell you that the fact that you're coming here as a bronze player and saying, I want to improve, I like what I see improve, and I'm bad, like all these things shows that you don't care. You do care what people think of you, but you're standing above it. That's another thing. I had a discussion with my older brother yesterday of like, he said, when you post on social media and stuff, you need to not care about what people think. And you heard it probably your entire life. It doesn't matter what people think of you and so on. Honestly, it does matter. It's the same thing with monk mentality. You should feel bad when you when you lose a game. And you should also feel bad when people are laughing at you that your posts on social media are disgusting. But I can tell you what is the real skill here is not to not care. It's to control your responses. Now, people laugh at you that you post on social media. People laugh at you that you come here to get coached. Nobody's laughing at you, by the way. And people will always talk you down, but the way you act, so now you feel bad that people talk to you in exactly that way, but you still perform and still post and still enjoy your life with confidence. And that is the true skill.
I will make sure to use this all of this session. I will review it at least 1 or 2 times because there is much I can get about it. I feel it.
Let's go. That's what I like to see. This set also choked here a little bit. Look at the set. This poor little guy trying to go to the Mount House, and then he ended up being on Sinerias stream getting reviewed on. What is that? Look at him. Nami Flash, also spicy. Nami Bubble. What is that Flash? What is
My
this
friends,
guy doing?
My friends, welcome to Bronze.
This Kaiser's like, no, he got out. Oh, these guys are. Oh my goodness. Okay, brother, back to you. Okay, what the fuck are you doing now? You invade. Okay, why do you not just take chickens as well? Or Crux as well? Why are you so under stress?
I was thinking I just take the red buff to have the bonus and invading and do my jungle after to be sure to sorry, my English is
Don't worry
is a
about
bit,
it. To secure it, you wanted to say?
yeah.
Now, I want to tell you
Secure
though,
it.
that imagine everyone was gone. Imagine you don't play against
Yeah.
enemies and it's a custom game against bots. What would be the fastest in terms of consuming resources? It would be to consume your jungle first. Look at the pathing.
Yeah.
If you path like
100%.
this, it is faster than when you path like this. Okay?
Yeah.
So, and that usually is an indicator for you on what is the smartest. So, the wolves is not that important. That's around 100 gold. But Crux and chickens is around 270 gold. So it's better to do Crux Wrapuff chickens and then fight jacks on enemy Grump. And if wolves are still up then you can take the wolves too. But this is in 98% of the cases. Of course, League of Legends is so in-depth that it always depends. Simply the best. Next thing is, if I was you, I would just try. This is another thing you can note down then when you review the VOD from the coaching, is to not give all the objectives. Because like this is a thing which comes then with another fundamental, which is perfect communication. Now you need to basically, like this is another thing that people are saying that you only have control over one person out of the 10 players, which is wrong, because you communicate with 4 people. So you have an impact over 50% of the game. Not necessarily that's not that number, but you have a very, very higher impact on the game than you think. And you can learn to communicate correctly. My advice here is to simply watch how I play when I try hard. Because when I do education, I just explain. But when I do try hard on my main account, you will notice that I'm permanently chatting. Because I need to communicate everything for max value. So I have the max control over my team. And then usually, if you will not see me that often that I lose so many dragons, okay? So just as a side tip for you.
That's by far the biggest for me error I did in this game, because I let so, and after they will see after what's going on. But that for me my biggest mistake, because I should have went directly on spawn, I think on dragon to contest it, because I was so big in the game.
In this specific game, I don't know. Enemies are also very fat, and it doesn't matter. I don't want to invest our time into this right now, but I just want you to have an eye on it, on your own reviewing games, okay?
Okay.
The next thing is here. You probably didn't see it because you were so focused on the game and your explanation now too, but you have missed all your abilities.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is not that you misplayed mechanically. That is, again, as we had it earlier with the flash over the wall, which you didn't. It is peace. You need to be in peace. Look, if I was playing, you see, you press Q now. You press Q now, it doesn't hit. It's not a bad Q, but you hit Q because you're like, now she's dead, or you say, now I think I hit her. But forget about the thinking aspect. You want to be ensuring she dies. Because if I play this game, and this is the world's final game, and I lose the game because of my Q here, I'll be so sad. So you use the Q when it's safe. That means, look, if I was playing, I would have used the E, I walk up on her, and then I press Q on her. I will show you. If I was playing, I press my E, perfectly done E, because you're fog of war, so she didn't even see that. And now you walk not here, you simply walk here. And you see this distance, your Q range is this big, then you Q. You do not Q when your Q is precisely on the edge. You Q here on this distance, and then you wait with your W until she does something. Now the Q hit, let's just say hit, and then you don't W, you do an auto attack. You simply auto attack her after your Q, because that's undodgeable. W, dodgeable. Imagine you did auto attack and your Q hit. She would already be 1 HP. Now you cancel your auto attack. And then you cancel another auto attack, and then you Q it again like this. And that comes just because, as you can see, it's not complicated to kill this Kaiser. You just need to press Q and auto attack wait with the W a little bit until she ulted, or after your auto attack, and then Q when it again hits for sure. And then these skills are so easy. Now you almost need to ult. Like, you almost need to ult. You do need to ult.
Yeah, I ult. I yeah.
Yeah, and now you're low. Okay.
Low, no ults.
If you still had HP, by the way, you would push this wave 2 now and get the full tower now with Ashe. Next question, and that will be a very important tool for you to win mid-late game. A simple question that's gonna be here. How do you win the game?
From this perspective, take towers. Take mid tower. Excuse me.
Don't worry. Okay, before I answer, just a funny side fact. What the fuck is that Vega build?
What? I will tell it again. My friends, welcome in bronze.
This is crazy. Okay, so the answer doesn't matter, but the question matters. So ask yourself, minute 16, minute 20, minute 25, one question, and that is, how can you win? Right now, you win through set. Every 2v2 in the game, you will win, because your set is your win condition, another fundamental, as you learned it from the course, my brother. With that win condition, it's easy. Now you have a numbers advantage, because you see them on the map, and Vega is dead. Okay, we don't see them right now, but we just imagine that. So now it's very free to get the tower here. If the enemies defend, then you will kill him. You see, Jack's defense. Now you kill him. You force something, no matter what they do, you get a good outcome. Boom. Now you can go bot scuttle, which is okay. But if you ask the question, how can you win? You would know, I need to close out the game. You have 3k gold advantage. That means you need to get objectives. First tower for pressure on the map. Enemies have this control over the map. If you get the tower, enemies have this control over the map. This is your control over the map. You consume more resources with that. After you got the tower, then the wave, bot scuttle, reset, play with your set again, on his ult, boom, you get the T2 somewhere, and then you play for the next dragon or herald / Atakan. And with that, you're closing out the game, and that is how you win. And now Exodiac Warfire is telling you as well, by the way, that you have very high CS for bronze. He is himself a master tier player. And he is a lower CS than... Okay, he doesn't, but you got my point.
Thank you a lot to him. That's touching me.
The next thing is, and now this is also important for me, I'm considering maybe even in 3 weeks when you're gold and you want to push further, we can have another session, maybe even on stream, so the people here on stream can see how much you push now with this coaching. What do you think, guys? Okay, with that being said, brother, I think we're done with the time. Do you have any questions where I can still help you with?
If I continue like this, to which extent I can push it? With just what you saw in 1 hour.
Yeah.
For you, where can I go with this kind of mechanics?
I think that with this today's session and the knowledge you have and the way you play, you should be gold soonish with a very high chance of getting platinum. And then it depends on how much you review and care. But macro-wise speaking, from the knowledge, let's say from the smartness you're playing, you have very good potential of climbing.
Okay.
Like really good. Like macro-wise, I'm generally speaking impressed for bronze. But all the points I said in this today's coaching are very crucial for your climb. In the end, I told you I do my absolute best with every coaching client I have. And if you do your best, any coaching client has an insane potential to climb, because most of the improvement comes from you actually caring a lot. And then reviewing your mistakes. For you, especially also the mechanics would be an issue, and that is gone if you find the piece in your mechanical play.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So I will try my best, and you cheering me up is a really good boost. So I will make sure to do my best to climb. Thank you a lot for this our scenarios.
I appreciate it, Saba. Now I'm looking forward to your DM. If you need anything, just message me, okay?
Okay, with pleasure.
Have a beautiful day,
Thank
brother.
you. Yes, thank you a lot.
Goodbye.
Bye.